Okay, guys, welcome to Empower Leads Team Call for November 15th. And I just wanted to let you guys know, in case you didn't know, that we're going to be teaming up a lot with Team Mountain Strong with Laura's team as well, because we feel like combining forces is just so much better for the team camaraderie and the energy, and like less overwhelming with having so many different speakers and topics and things to implement. So we're going to be teaming up for a lot more team calls in the future, just so you know. So I just wanted to say I'm super proud of everybody that is in our Coach Only Challenge group, because I don't know if you guys feel it, but I feel the momentum and the energy and the life and the belief being breathed back into our team. So I'm so excited that we're doing that together, and you guys are just kicking ass right now. I just also wanted to mention, if you didn't see in the team page today, that I put up a prompt for Power Hour pods. I know a lot of you have said that doing live Power Hours is super helpful. And just like we need accountability with fitness, that accountability for our Power Hours would be awesome. So if you are interested in doing that, just comment on the post what time you typically do them and see who we can get you to partner up with. And that's all. I don't want to waste too much time because we have Keichun on tonight. Keichun, I was stalking your Facebook page and I didn't know that you were part of the John C. Maxwell team.
Yes.
But she is the, what are you, the
coach
region division leader.
Carl just actually recently changed our name. We used to be called the sales team, but now we're the coach business development team.
Coach business development team. All right. Yep. I stand corrected.
No,
we're super excited to have you on tonight. I talked you up to our team because you always are just such a light and you have such knowledge to share. I love always seeing you speak at Super Saturday. So I'm super excited to have you on tonight. And thank you so much for taking time out of your night to come chat with us.
It is my pleasure. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. So thank you for having me on. Hey, y'all. Hey, Empower Elite Team Mountain Strong. I have like 30 minutes planned for you guys, and I'm super excited to be here. Dana and I were kind of just chatting back and forth, and I was like, I would love to just chat with your team a little bit. Is that okay? And she said, yes. So here we are, Wednesday night. Before I get started, one thing that I like to do, just because it is Wednesday night, it's almost 7 o'clock my time. It's even later where you guys are at. Most of you guys, I think you're on the East Coast. So one thing I like to do before I get into it is just kind of take a deep, unified breath. I think it brings us together. I think it kind of releases some of the tension from the day. And it's an opportunity for us to put our goals in the forefront of our mind before we get started, which I want you to keep them there throughout our conversation tonight. So let's do it. Oh, that feels good. Oh, let's do one more. Selfishly, it also gives me an opportunity to calm my energy level down. So like Dana mentioned, I'm Keichun. I am the Southeast Region Coach Business Development Mentor. I work with the 3 through 8 Star Diamonds. I am a fellow entrepreneur. I'm a philanthropist. And tonight I'm going to be talking about the 5 tips for success that you can implement now, today, tonight, in order to finish the year strong. So here we go, 5 tips. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying a couple things. 1, keep the goals that you want to accomplish in the forefront of your mind. 2, some of these may be very like, okay, Keichun, really? You're not telling me anything. But that is how this really is. So I'm going to tell you in advance that you're probably going to roll your eyes at me a few times tonight. So here we go. The first is to have a goal. First eye roll. Is Ashley chiming in from like the ER room? Hey, girl. Wow, that's dedication. I freaking love it. Okay, so have a goal. Know what brings you joy and have joy goals. It's very important to be rooted, like your goals, to be rooted in what brings you joy, what lights your fire, what gives you passion, what makes you get up and do this, baby. Haha, surgery. Oh my gosh, girl, you are amazing. Once you have those joy goals, have personal goals. Maybe it's to pay off medical school, pay off a medical bill. Maybe it's to take that vacation that you have never had, or take that family vacation that your husband's never had, or to be able to visit family over the holidays. I know that I live in Utah. My family's in Indianapolis. I go home every Christmas. So maybe it's that. Maybe it's an extra $500. Maybe it's an extra $2,500. But have personal goals. So joy goals, personal goals, and then Beachbody goals. They're separate, y'all. So once you have those joy goals, once you have those personal goals, then figure out the Beachbody goals and how Beachbody can be used as a vessel to attain your goals holistically. Make sense, y'all? Give me some thumbs. Okay. And so once you have those goals, the goals should be audacious. They should be audacious, yet they should be realistic. Your actions do need to match the goals that you set for yourself, and then come up with your game plan. And if you don't know the steps to reach your goals, that's okay. I think that some people, I was talking to a coach earlier today, actually. She was like, I reached out to one of my coaches who said that they wanted to do X, Y, Z. And then I said, okay, so what's the game plan? And then she went ghost. And I was like, well, let's make sure that she knows what the game plan is. Maybe that's our opportunity to come together and figure out the steps necessary, the strategy in order to reach the game plan. So if you don't know the steps that you need to take to reach your goals, okay, but let's be intentional. Let's reach out to Dana or Annalisa or your sponsor, your success partner. Reach out to your coach, business development mentor. Y'all, we have one in every region. We have one in the UK. We have one in Canada. We have plenty of people for you to lean on and to reach out to. You are not in this alone. You're not. But not knowing the steps that you need to take in order to reach your goals, can I be candid? I'm kind of candid, and I want you guys to know that it's all out of love, because I really want you to be the person that you desire. Okay? I get some smiles.
Unleash it.
Okay. If you don't know the steps, I think that that's a sorry excuse. I'm just going to say it like that, for you not to become who you desire and who you were meant to be. And so figure out those steps. Lean in. You're not in this alone. You don't have to figure them out by yourself. And then work it. Do it. And take it one step at a time. Check one thing off your to-do list at a time, and then work it like it's nobody's business. You are deserving. This team is deserving. You can do this. You are worthy to become exactly who you're meant to be. You are. And then you have to be intentional, which I'm probably going to say like 10 more times throughout our conversation, because it's so important to be intentional. So maybe the goals that you set for yourself, maybe there's something that you never thought you could obtain, or you never thought you deserved, or maybe the steps to get to the attainment of those goals are outside of your comfort zone. That's okay. A couple things. One, you have to have ferocious belief. You have to have ferocious belief that you do deserve it and that you will reach it. And then you work through regardless of doubt. You work through regardless of what life throws your way. And, I don't want to sound like, who the heck is this girl? So I'm going to be candid again, out of love, but life happens to everyone. And I'm not downplaying the life that happens to you, because life does happen for sure. Believe me, I know. But I'm saying to be inspired that you can, despite all of that. People like Tony Robbins and Brandon Burchard and Oprah Winfrey and freaking Dana, they've experienced life and they have worked through it. They are great examples of how you can work through the curveballs that life throws your way and still reach amazing personal and business goals. How amazing is that you have Dana as someone to look up to when life does happen? I mean, her story is so inspiring to me. So know that life is inevitable. There's no one who walks through life or goes through life on this unicorn and nothing happens to them. The mess that happens to you is your message. That's my opinion. It's meant for you. It's meant for you to conquer. And I truly believe that it's meant for you to be victorious, because people need for you to be victorious in order to share your journey and how you went through when life happening and how you overcame XYZ when life happened and how you achieved whatever it is in the forefront of your mind that you want to achieve despite life happening. I think that it's amazing when life happens to us and we don't lose sight. I think it's amazing when life happens to us and all of a sudden we're like, how did I end up where I am today? Meaning, how did I end up with the right people around me? How did I end up in the right situation? How did I end up in this opportunity to earn extra income? How did I end up here? And how did the universe know that I was going to need it? How did the universe know that I was going to need everything that it gave me months ago, maybe years ago, before life really started happening to you? So know that the universe has your back. The universe has your back. You are meant to be victorious. And know that life will happen to you, but it's our job to kick it in the face. It's our job to turn that mess into our message. So you have to believe that you deserve it. You have to believe that you will reach it. And sometimes you do have to be intentional about creating that belief. Maybe you're like, well, I don't really know if I believe that I can do it. That's okay. If you don't quite believe, you can work on your belief just like you work on your glutes. You know, and a great way to instill belief in yourself is by being around people who inspire you and who uplift you. You know, that's why the universe provided this amazing team. And that's why Dana is putting you guys even more together with multiple teams in one, right? Because it's setting you up to be around the people that you need. And not only that, but you're a direct reflection of the 5 people closest to you. So be mindful of that. Misery loves company. And so it's really important to surround yourselves and ourselves, me too, with the right kind of people, the people who think the same, act the same, have big goals. If you're the smartest person in your circle, time for a new circle. If you're the person who dreams the biggest and has the most audacious goals in your circle, time for a new circle. Now, I'm not saying best friend from high school, I don't want to be around you, but what I am saying is if you are kind of on this vicious cycle and you know, and just want to stay right where you are, then awesome. I love you. More power to you. Let's be together. Let's be friends. But I need to make sure that I am mostly surrounding myself with people who think like me and who are like me. So once you surround yourself with the right kind of people, then work. Take action. Do your personal development. Those are the best ways to instill the belief in yourself. And then once you begin to do those things that you once thought you couldn't do or once thought you didn't deserve, reward yourself. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just did 20 invites. I can't believe that I just asked that person who was on my dream list for a year. Like, go me. Make sure that you recognize that and that you reward yourself for instilling those beliefs. Dana needs to reward herself. Uh-oh, Dana. Here's another example. Before you do your invites, and this is again talking about being intentional, before maybe you start working your day, maybe you are doing this part-time, which is okay, right? I think that sometimes people think that it's either all in or nothing. It's like, no, you can do this part-time. Look at Ashley. She's freaking in surgery right now, right? We have all types of people who do this part-time. So if you're doing this part-time and you come home, or heck, if you're doing this full-time and you come home and you aren't feeling it and work was crazy and kids or significant others getting on that last little bit of nerve that you didn't even think you had left, your goals don't stop. So what do? Maybe you drink some Energize, you do a quick workout, you listen to a Charge Hell with a Bucket of Water type of personal development book like 5-Second Rule or a podcast. Maybe you change your emotional state, do a little Tony Robbins work. Maybe you dance it out. Right? Maybe you tell yourself that you can, you will. Maybe you pray about it, but then do it. Do it. Do it no matter what. You deserve it. And that is what being consistent means. I printed out these things and I was actually thinking, shoot, I printed them out wrong. So they might be backwards. But Moira Kasaba at Leadership, she talked about her run, jog, walk tracker. Have you guys by chance seen that? Dana, have you shared that at all? Okay, yes. So guys, the thing is about being consistent is just doing. So you can be a walker one week, a jogger the next week, a runner the next couple weeks. And those are some of the activities that you guys have already seen because you're on an amazing team. But being consistent means just doing. It doesn't matter if you're running all 52 weeks of the year. It just matters that you're doing. That's consistency. So that's what going means. So have those goals, Make sure that they're rooted in joy. Make sure that they're personal to you. Make sure that you've identified how Beachbody can be the vessel and the strategies in which you need to implement in order to reach them, and then do it. You deserve to be that person you desire. This team deserves to fulfill its mission. So the second thing is you have to believe through the fear. We have to use fear as a tailwind to push us forward, to propel us forward, and not a headwind to keep us stagnant, to keep us digressing. And I get it. You know, there's fear of going all in. There's fear of failure, fear of success, fear of saying the wrong thing or looking the wrong way, fear of it being the wrong timing, or fear of, I don't know if I can handle this team or handle 5 people. There's fear. It's inevitable. It really is. But the difference between successful coaches and entrepreneurs is that they stop caring about being pushy or being cute or failing others. They don't want to fail themselves. You know that you are coming from a good place with pure intentions. You know it. So if you have goals and you're coming from a good place, you're coming from the best intentions, why wouldn't you ask? Be that person. Do it. Ask it. Be that team. Because someone may be depending on it. Someone's life may literally be depending on the story that you haven't shared yet because you're nervous to share it, or you don't want to look like you're not perfect. Guys, nobody likes anybody perfect. Someone may be waiting for that invite, maybe waiting for that follow-up, like, I don't want to just be a transaction. I don't know if she's just in it for the sale, so I'm going to wait for her to follow. Someone may be waiting for that. And I always say that we are so much more than just health and fitness. We really are. I always say that we are ending trends, plural. We're ending the trend of obesity. We're ending the trend of loneliness. We're ending the trend of living paycheck to paycheck. We're ending the trend of limiting beliefs and self-doubt. We are ending so many trends and breaking so many barriers. We are saving marriages by people working on what's in between their ears, y'all. But if you allow fear to get the best of you, or maybe it's comparison, whether it be to someone else, maybe it be to yourself back 2 years ago. If we allow excuses to get the best of us, you're not going to reach your destination that you were meant to reach. And you definitely won't enjoy the journey. That's why it's so important to be rooted in your joy goals. Without belief, y'all, there's not much you can achieve. But like I said, you can work on belief. If you're not quite there yet, you can work on belief just like you work on your abs, or just like you work and develop your leadership skills by being intentional, by your personal development, by your surroundings, by your mentor, and by taking action, by putting you first. By putting you first. Work on yourself harder than you work on anything else. So are you doing a program? Are you doing it full out? Are you listening or reading your personal development and challenging yourself with that? Like reading something that you actually need at this moment. Are you sharing your stories, plural? Because you don't just have one story. You have many stories. They happen to us daily. Are you talking about what you do and why you do it and inviting people to do it with you? Do people know that they can do it with you? You know? Are you inviting people to be a part of this amazing team, to join you along your journey? You're not perfect, and that's what's perfect. And it's totally okay to be a masterpiece and a work in progress at the same time. You don't have to be where you're trying to go already to invite people to join you. You don't even have to be where you were maybe 2 years ago. If you maybe digress a little, it's okay. You can course correct. You don't have to be perfect. And the thing is that is what's perfect. Because no one is youer than you. So share it. Share it. It could be the best thing for you and for them. Or are you scared to share, to invite, to follow up? You don't want to be pushy. Guys, you're not a product of your circumstances. You are a product of your decisions. So decide that you do want to believe in you and in your ability and what this team can do, and then work it till it's true. Follow one course until successful, one step at a time. You didn't lose 20 pounds like that. You lost it 1 pound at a time. But it's very important for you to work on yourself harder than you work on anything else, And by putting yourself first, that allows you to use the overflow. I'm going to use a Dana quote, the overflow from you working on you to be able to help others. It's up to us to ask. Someone's life may be truly depending on the stories that you share, your invitation. And remember that we are ending more trends than just of obesity, of loneliness, of living paycheck to paycheck, of limiting belief, of self-doubt. But you're the only one that can help that person that's waiting for you. And you'll never say the wrong things to the right person. So know that there's no one newer than you. And what you're going through is your mess. That's your message. Link arms with your team and walk into your purpose. So use fear as a tailwind, not as a headwind. The third thing is to put yourself in the place of success potential. Guys, I pulled the Jeff Hill. Your success, not sex, success isn't defined by a rank, but it is defined by the daily activities that you do. This team's success is defined by the activities that you do daily. This team is an elite team. These teams are elite teams, and you deserve to stay an elite team. And being elite is not based on just one person individually, but collectively, everyone collectively. And so some of these things that I'm going to mention are not for you to chase after shiny objects, but they are for you to leverage. Find which ones you can leverage, and if they make sense for where you're trying to go, if they make sense with your goals that you have in the forefront of your mind, then go for it. Go for it and do it big. So one, in this day, in this week, in this month, leaving it all in the field, one thing I'm going to say, and again, it's out of love. Guys, if you're here on this call, it's being recorded. If you haven't done your power hour or your business is not done, come back to this. That's most important. That's what I mean by putting yourself first. So I want you to be here with me live, but if you haven't finished you today, we love you. Come back. It's being recorded. It will forever be here. It will forever be available. That's what I mean by leaving it all out on the field. So in this day, in this week, in this month, in this year, leaving it all out on the field. Dominate November to remember. Guys, what I mean by dominate is be the best you that you've ever been before. Do more, stretch yourself. Maybe stay up 5 more minutes to do 2 more invites. Being a part of a team is merely not enough. I want you guys to put forth a different type of effort, maybe an effort that you haven't put forth. I want you to check yourself when excuses come up. You know when excuses come up. You know the excuses that you make for yourself. Check those. Suppress those. Work through them. Do those vital behaviors, which I'll expound on in our next point. If the diamond bonus promotion is something that you are in contention for, go for it. Guys, you have until next Thursday to start your 6-week hold for that diamond bonus promotion. I want that for you. $250. What can you do with $250? I grew up in a single family household, and that literally would have changed my mom's entire life. Life for real though. $250 extra, especially around a holiday season. Like it kind of gives me chills just thinking about the struggle that she went through, making sure that she could provide and what $250 can do. If that is you, if you are in contention, go for it. Why not you? Somebody's got to earn it. Somebody's got to get it. And you're no different than those people who are getting it. You have until next Thursday to start your 6-week hold. Another is the New Leader Conference. It's a game-changing event, y'all. It's like a mini summit. It's more intimate. Carl and Jeff and Michael are sitting down eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner with you. You're hearing training from people who were sitting in your shoes at your rank not even a year ago. You are being able to talk to people who have similar goals and who have similar missions and similar drive. It is truly a game-changing event for your business. And so if you can help one of your coaches reach diamond, link arms and go with them. Go diamond together. Again, 6-week hold starts next Thursday. I challenge you to hit 1 star, to attend New Leader Conference. And with those intentional efforts and with putting yourself in the place of success potential, this team should be elite. It should be an elite team again, period. Because you guys have what it takes. You're helping people in a big way. And that's truly what elite teams do. They talk the talk and they walk the walk. You know, they are the teams who are going the way and who are showing the way. They are the top teams, the top 0.1%. You guys, you are the top 0.1% of the company that is the leader in health and fitness, that is changing more lives than any health and wellness company that there is. You guys are the top, and you deserve to stay there. Do it. This team is in contention, and you deserve it. You deserve it. This team deserves it. You deserve to fulfill the mission, the vision that has been set for you, that you have set for yourselves. So run through the finish lines by putting yourself in the place of success potential. The fourth thing is to be consistent with those vital behaviors. Y'all, there are 4 vital behaviors, like necessary to survive, like necessary to survive. Basic behaviors. Stay with the basic behaviors. Do those basic behaviors daily, consistently. Do what brought you success initially. Don't venture too far outside of what those basic behaviors, those basic building, vital, necessary to survive behaviors and activities are. And that may sound very cliche, but it truly is the secret sauce. That's what it is. That's what people who are reaching their goals are doing every day. And I want you to keep your goals in the forefront of your mind, because I'm not here to set goals for you. These are your goals. And in order to reach your goals, yes, you will need to be consistent with those 4 vital behaviors. Now, this may sound a little contradictory, but in addition, you also want to be forward thinking, right? Forward thinking for your brand, forward thinking for your vision, meaning, you know, there will be social media changes. There will be best practices that change. And so we have to be willing to adapt, and we have to be willing to learn. And even when life is throwing you all kinds of curveballs, that's not the time to back off. That's the time to go forward. That's the time to go forward with all your might and to your purpose and to who you desire to become and to what you need. Our goals don't change with the seasons. And we only grow in that discomfort. And so get excited about the growth, because you're going to push through what life brings you, because you're still going to be doing those basic necessary to survive behaviors. You're still going to be putting yourself in the place of success potential, even when life gives you all the bad lemons. That's when your history is written. That's when you're able to turn your mess into your message. That's when you are given the ability to share that mess, to share that message, and to potentially save someone else's life. You're not the only one going through what you're going through. And someone may need you to overcome it, to show them that they can too. So here are a few best practices from social media that are changing. I'll give you a few nitty-gritties, right? Know who you're talking to. You can't be talking to everyone. Typically, it's you before the breakthrough. Use Facebook and Instagram. Use Instagram stories and Facebook Live. When you're sharing your stories, plural, you don't have to share it in one big thing. You can still do little bits and pieces, spreading the seeds, planting the seeds of your stories. You don't have to share the whole long thing. Invest in the knowledge in January to expand your network and to build your community. Ask, in January, I want to make sure I make that clear, ask questions. Leave people curious. Be curious about other people. Ask them questions. Love and like, because social media is meant to be social. So make sure that you're social. Make sure that you are posting on other people. Maybe you take 5 minutes before you do your post to go love and like bomb on some other people's posts. And talk more about working out. Talk more about just working out and eating healthy. There's more to you than that. And then be you. Guys, no one is youer than you. So share it, do it, and be consistent. The 5th and final tip is less learning, more action. The time is now. It's go time. And so regardless of what you know or what you look like, if you're still in your journey, that's the best part of this. Regardless of the time available, maybe you are giving this part-time. Maybe you only do have 30 minutes, an hour to get to this a day, 5 or 6 days a week. Just know that it's time to go with wherever you are at. And you have to put your blinders on. The tools are there. the team, the resources are there. You're on this amazing team. If you run into something while you're going that you need to learn, go get it real quick and then go do it. It's go time. And guys, you don't have to run, challenge groups by yourself. You don't have to run trainings by yourself. You don't have to run team pages by yourself. You don't have to run team calls. I think it's so great that you guys are coming together with multiple teams. You don't have to do those. You don't have to run sneak peeks by yourself. You don't have to do anything alone. That's why you are on this elite team. You have an amazing upline. You have an amazing team. Lean on them. Lean on your success partner. But know that everything you need to reach the goals in the forefront of your mind are already within you, including the guts to go despite life, despite past failures, despite past limiting beliefs or current limiting beliefs, despite all of that. But you have to go one step at a time, one action, one activity at a time. Because who you become tomorrow and the next day and January 1st of 2018 depends on what you do today, but not because you did it perfectly, not because you had the perfect story or the perfect body, but because you did it, period. So stop with the call, stop with the training, stop trying to figure out the secret sauce. Guys, you have it, you know it, but now it's time for you to do it. You can do this. This team can do this, and you're deserving of it. So I'm going to real quick share this video. I'm a runner. Anybody else runners? No. Really? Okay. Laura is.
Well,
okay. Another beautiful name.
Yeah, we have a couple.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen really quick. Don't you guys judge me for my tabs that I have open. I need them open. And if you have seen this or heard me talk about this before, I apologize. But I think it's such an amazing way for me to end our conversation tonight. Now, I got it all queued up, but I've been having some difficulties with technology. So let me see if it allows me to play it from where I queued it up. Of course not. Okay, so I'm going to let you, 55 seconds, good grief. Okay, can you guys still hear me? Okay, so I'm gonna queue up this video. So as a runner, I ran track, I ran cross country, I ran collegiately, and this event that we're about to show is the last event. It's the 4x4, it's the 1,600 meter relay. And this is an event where 4 people on the team run, and there's a baton. So one person starts, they want to run a lap around the track, they pass the baton to the next person, so on and so forth. And so in this particular case, the last person is where we're going to come in on. She gets the baton, and she gets the baton in last place. Now, as this is coming, I want you to keep the goals in the forefront of your mind, because ultimately, it is about you running through the finish line that you've identified yourself. Meaning, if you have stuff to do, but you don't know where to start, let's figure out where to start. And let's not sit down because we don't know where to start and watch The Bachelor. That's what I mean by running through your finish line. And so I'm going to turn this back up a little bit. So they're getting the batons, right? And this is this team. These are these teams that are together, right? It doesn't matter where you are in the race. It doesn't matter where you are in the race. If you believe in your team, you believe in your capabilities. And if you don't believe in your capabilities, that's okay. We've talked about some strategies and ways that you can instill the belief in yourself. But the person that I want you to pay attention to is not even on our screen right now. The person that I want you to pay attention to literally got the baton in last place. And so this is a great race. Like second place is coming up on first place, and third place is coming up on second place, and second place finally passes the first place person, and here comes third place, and they're still in this race. Looks like they're giving it all they got. I don't know, I'm not down there. But one thing I do know is this person in the red coming in 5th place, now in 4th place, what I know is that she believes in herself. She believes in her capabilities. She believes in her team, and she wants to run through the finish line for her team and for herself. And so what does she do? She leaves it all out on the field. And so again, I want you to figure out what that means for you, but then to do it. Do it daily, do it consistently. Run through your daily finish lines. Who you deserve depends on it, and who this team deserves to be depends on it too. So that's what I got for you guys, the 5 tips. And hopefully you guys got something out of it.
Got me feeling all feelsy. Keyshawn, I love it. I have so many notes. I would love, this is really weird, and I don't typically do this, but since there were so many nuggets in this, I would love if anybody wants to unmute themselves and share something that was impactful for them tonight. Don't all jump at once.
I love to use your fear as your fuel, because I think so often we do excuse it as a headwind, and we make excuses for ourselves. All of us do when the shit hits the fan in our lives or whatever. And if we could use it to propel us forward instead of hold us back, I feel like that's so powerful. So I love that.
Perfect. And you got this, Laura. You totally got this. That fear was meant for you to feel in order to propel yourself forward.
I really like the reminder to make your mess your message, for the obvious reasons. But then also in addition to that, just because sometimes I have trouble with just coming up with what I want to post. So in addition to the adding meaning and it's okay if you're a mess, use that. It's also just the most basic reminder of well, what are you going through right now? Just share that, so I like that for a lot of reasons. So thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome, Katie. And the cool part is that while it may be beneficial, someone else may need to hear that, it is really freeing for you too, to share that mess, to share that message. So I love that. Thanks, Katie.
I love that sentiment that went with it that said, you're not perfect and that's perfect.
Yes. Love that.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, I don't understand headphones. It's technology. But I really like the first thing you brought up. So I think everyone knows on the team I'm knocked up, and I've been really struggling with focusing on my fitness, and vegetables make me want to vomit, but then still trying to promote be healthy. So I like that you said, have your Beachbody goals, but then have your real life goals too. And so I've been very open on my public Facebook that I can't push myself physically like I'd like to. I'm struggling with that. But in the same note, I'm taking that mental energy and I'm putting it towards my finances and paying off my debt and getting myself set up in that aspect. And that's been very empowering. So I've been kind of comparing the fitness, healthy lifestyle with being fit financially. And I've had so many people chat with me about that. And I started a free group that's just ongoing. I think Dana joined it recently. I haven't posted yet today, but I've been surprised how many people have kind of jumped in on that too. And it's just amazing how many more contacts you can make when you're open about more things that are happening in your life. So yeah. I like that you said, have your multiple goals and then share about them as well. So I love that in the beginning.
Yay. Thanks, Ashley. And I think you're so right. And I'm happy that it related to you and what you're going through right now. And I'm just going to piggyback really quick. Some people, Beachbody coaches don't like to work out at home. Guys, it's okay. Literally be you. If vegetables aren't your thing, be you. Carl talks about how he eats like a 12 or a kindergartner. Be you and share that and be real. So love that, Ashley.
I was super excited when you started about the whole I can despite what happens in my life and the mess in your message, when Laura kind of found me forever ago. I was such a mess. And for the last year, I've been so afraid to kind of jump into this. And so that was it really spoke to me, just it doesn't really matter how much of a mess I am or sharing my journey. I still can help other people.
Yep. And they're waiting on you exactly how you are right now. It's the universe.
I'll share. I just love the reminder of when you're feeling paralyzed by all the things you think you have to know or learn or do, go back to those vitals and stop looking for every training on the secret sauce. Like you said, it's the vitals. You just do that and you stay consistent with it and you'll see success. And then you can start to think about the level 2 leadership type team running, team calls and all of that additional bonusy stuff, but for your own business. Get down to the vitals every single day.
I love that you call it level 2. I love that.
That was from Christina Delgado. She did a level 1, 2, and 3 of where you kind of are in your business. So it's stuck with me. It's good.
Love that.
I just want to piggyback on that with the whole levels of leadership thing, of how you kind of said, like with the vitals, but it's like, don't ever stop doing what it took you to get successful in the first place. Because sometimes like with leadership, you can go into like management mode or like spending your time in all these areas and resources and trainings and whatever. And then you forget to do what you actually need to do to help people. So staying in that level one leadership.
Yep. And most important part of that is you make sure that you are working on you. That's a part of that step one, that level one.
That's part of why we're doing this Coach Only Challenge group.
I love that. I love that, by the way. I think that's so necessary.
Yeah. Does anybody else have something they want to share? Rachel, I see you, girl. Oh, you were turning your camera off. I wanted to just say, well, I love everything, but that you are not a product of your circumstance. You are a product of your decisions. Speaks to me so much. Everything. That's the one you were going to say, Rachel. Yeah, 100% true. Well, thank you, Keichun, for speaking life into our team tonight. This was an absolutely amazing call. I love, love, love your energy. And I also love that part you said about who you surround yourself with. I mentioned that recently, that it's also kind of an act of self-love and an act of protecting your energy to be able to really live out your purpose and do what you want to do by making sure that you're in the right circle.
Yes, so important. Oh, I love that. Protect your energy. Well, guys, thanks again for having me. It was literally my pleasure and honor to be able to chat with you guys today. And you guys got this. You guys got this. All right. So if you need anything, if I can help you in any way, I'm the only Keichun Graves on Facebook. Message me. I'm here for you, just like I'm here for Dana.
And you look like a supermodel in your profile picture. I'm going to unmute everybody. And if you can just say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Keichun.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye, guys.